If you're petite or you simply want to look taller and feel more powerful, you're gonna love this video. I'm sharing 15 simple style tips to help you instantly look taller. Hi ladies, it's Erin and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to focus on all of the petite ladies. That is anyone who's 5'4" and under. This video is also very applicable for those of you who are not 5'4" and under, but I'm really speaking to those of you who have short girl problems like I do sometimes. I am 5'4", so I'm at the high end of the petite range, but technically still petite. So I want to share all these little tips and tricks that I've learned over the years that can really help to elongate the frame, make you look taller, make you look leaner, and just maybe give you that little extra oomph. For me, I like to look taller because it makes me feel more confident and more powerful. So for you, that could be something different. Maybe you want to look taller because you feel like you look leaner. Maybe you want to look taller because you feel like it looks more elegant, it looks more pretty, it looks more sophisticated. For me, it's about power and confidence. And so I wanted to share with you in this video some of the simple styling tricks and tips that I've learned over the years that really can help to make you look taller instantly. Are you ready to get started? Okay, let's do it. I want to start with the feet and then we'll work our way up. First, I want to talk about matching your shoes to your pants. It's a small detail, seemingly small detail, but you'll see in the before and after that it actually does have an impact. So let's take the before. The before is a neutral colored bodysuit that is V-neck and wrap front, which is a beautiful flattering silhouette for petite women specifically, or anyone with a large bust, by the way, with some white jeans. These are mid-rise, they are cropped, so in terms of lengthening, the cropped mid-rise is not your optimum, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, but I wanted to give you options. So here is a cropped mid-rise jean with a neutral colored waist belt, and then I paired that with some Western style brown booties. So here I'm adding a contrasting color to the white jeans. If I switch that contrasting color booty for a booty that is in that white family, that is very neutral, that is going to make my frame look a little longer and leaner. So this is one of those small details again that you're like, it's a throwaway, but it really does make a big impact. And you can see side by side that my legs look longer with the more neutral colored off-white booties for sure. So tip number one, don't forget to match your shoes to your pants or jeans. Number two, try a pointed toe shoe. Again, if you want to do maximum length, this is especially poignant for those of you who work in an office. So if you're wearing a trouser or a jean and you want to create maximum length, it's really nice to wear a closed toe, pointed toe, matching tone shoe to the pants or jeans. Here's an example of me wearing a pair of high-rise dark wash jeans with an open toe contrasting color sandal. So it's a square toe, it's open toe, it's a contrasting color, and it kind of just breaks up the length of the denim. You can see that really clearly here. Now, if I simply swap out the gold sandals for a pair of, let's say, pointed toe black pumps, all of a sudden the shoes kind of disappear and the leg is elongated by at least 2 inches. So this is such a beautiful way to add length to your frame that is very simple. And for those of you who can't do a pointed toe, you could do the same concept with an almond toe or a round toe or a square toe, as long as it's a closed toe shoe in that similar color family that will lengthen the pant or jean, okay? Let's take a look at the before and after again. Before with some open toe gold metallic sandals, after with some pointed toe pumps that really elongate the pants and the legs. The next tip that's really simple, really easy to do is to wear a low cut shoe with a skirt or dress versus an ankle strap or a high shoe. So let's take a simple cargo inspired Veronica Beard dress, and I paired that with some very high, and I did this intentionally, very high platform heels. These are in black with an ankle strap. So even though these shoes are literally like almost 5 inches high, they're still cutting off the leg. They're cutting it off at the ankle, and the color itself is truncating the length of the leg. Okay, now if I swap those black platform heels for an actually lower heel that's a slip-on, that's a lower cut in the front, it looks so much better. It looks more streamlined, my legs look longer. It's a much better look overall, but in terms of adding height, this is the way to go. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the ankle strap. So ankle straps in general will cut you, but if you want to wear an ankle strap, just wear one that is similar to your skin tone. So here's an example. Again, let's take a look at the black platform heel versus this platform espadrille, which is C by Chloe, and it has more of a neutral skin tone. So the C by Chloe one with the ankle strap is much more leg lengthening, and it's also much better in terms of an ankle strap because the strap itself is in a similar tone to my skin color. So when you wear skirts and dresses, you also want to be thinking about wearing shoes that more closely match your skin tone if the idea is to create a longer frame, longer legs. And here again, you can see when I wear the black platforms versus the neutral espadrilles or the slip-on sandals in a neutral color, even though those black sandals are literally like 5 inches high, it doesn't really matter, it still truncates. Where the other two pairs of shoes really do lengthen the legs, lengthen the frame. So when you're wearing skirts and dresses, if you're not doing tights, it's really nice to match the shoe with the skin color. Let me show you another example of a pair of contrasting color shoes that are sandals versus platforms. So this pair is Open Edit from Nordstrom, and it's more of just like a strappy sandal, doesn't have that ankle strap that would cut twice. So it's a little better than the ankle strap sandal, but it still cuts off the leg, it still shortens the frame. Again, you wanna go for that skin colored shoe. Okay, if you only hear 1 or 2 tips this whole video, these next 2 are the ones I really want you to remember. The first is to wear high-rise pants or jeans versus low-rise. The reason for that is that when you wear a higher rise pair of pants and jeans, now this is with a caveat that you actually highlight the waist a little bit so you're not covering up the entire waistline with an oversized tunic, then you create the length, the illusion of more leg, which in turn makes you look longer, taller, leaner, slimmer, okay? The rises are going to fit all of your bodies differently because we all have different bodies and we all are different lengths, from that waist to the crotch. But in general, mid-rise is like 8 to 9, and then high rise is anything above 9, so 10, 11, 12, so I've seen even 13. And then low would be under 8. So you want to really stay in that upper mid to high rise range to create the maximum leg length. So the rise is really important, and I talk about this at length in my Style Made Simple course, which goes over all of those wardrobe basics that you need in your wardrobe. The other tip that also involves the pant or the jean silhouette is to make sure that the actual shape of the jean is straight, boot cut, flared, or wide, because those are going to fall further to the ground. It's just sort of like, when you have an ankle length jean that cuts at the ankle, right? But if you have more of that long silhouette that really does, go over the foot, that creates the look of a longer leg. It's going to create more height. So whenever I want to feel really powerful and look really tall and feel really confident, I pull out a pair of high-rise, straighter wide leg, dark wash jeans. And then I wear a sky-high heel, and we'll talk more about heels in a minute. But here's an example I wanted to show you of me wearing a pair of ankle-length trousers that are white, that are shorter, that are kind of mid-rise, not really high-rise, with a cropped black top and some black sock pointed toe ankle booties. So there's nothing wrong with this outfit, and I just wanted to make sure that you understand, there's nothing wrong with the befores here. This is what you want to do if you want maximum length. That's the goal, right? It doesn't mean you can't wear the before or that there's anything wrong with the before. It's just me giving you an example. Remember, all of these clothes are mine, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the befores. In the before, the pants really are more of a mid-rise, and they're also an ankle length. Now in the after, I'm showing you the same top, the same shoes, but paired with a high-rise, dark wash, straight leg jean. And I look inches taller. I would say I look 5 inches taller in the after video here than I do in the before. And this is what I mean. Like, if you're only gonna retain 1 or 2 tips from this video, please, high-rise pants or jeans in that wider leg silhouette, okay? Because that is what's gonna give you absolute maximum height length and make you look longer and slimmer too, which is awesome. Okay, next up, I wanna talk about wearing similar colors from head to toe. And in previous videos and a lot of videos out there, they talk about monochromatic color palette. This video, I wanna focus specifically on spring, summer, and show you a head to toe outfit in summery colors. So it's head to toe white, which might be like, oh, I can't wear white and it doesn't make me look slim enough, or I don't feel comfortable wearing it. But I wanted to show you the white because it's the power of the monochromatic palette regardless of the color. I don't want you to think only in terms of, oh, I can only wear dark blacks and grays and burgundies and navies and that's got to be my color story. Like, in the spring, summer, you want to wear white. And if you want to look a little longer, a little taller, try a more monochromatic palette. So here I'm wearing a pair of wide leg white jeans that are high rise with an ivory kind of crocheted sweater. This sweater, by the way, is by a French line called Cezanne. I just started partnering with them recently and I am a huge fan. Very elegant, very French-inspired classic pieces that you'll wear for years and years. So notice the sweater is not the same exact tone as the white jeans. Like, you can always mix up your tones. In fact, I think it often looks more intentional and interesting than if you're just matchy, matchy, matchy. And then I just added a bib necklace and some neutral colored heels. Now, if I take the same sweater and I pair it with some bright pink pants, again, there's nothing wrong with these pants. They're beautiful. I love them. You guys know I love pink. But it suddenly breaks up the frame. And even though it feels counterintuitive to think I look slimmer from head to toe or taller from head to toe in all white, you can see it here plain as day. It works. Wearing that similar color palette from head to toe works in terms of making you look longer and taller. Now, if I took those pink pants and I threw on my little feathery pink top or another pink top, then again, I'm creating that monochromatic color palette from head to toe and I'm elongating the frame. So it doesn't have to be relegated to one specific color family or tone. Yes, darker colors do make you look slimmer, but for spring, summer, I want you to think in terms of lighter and brighter and more joyful and playful and not putting yourself into that box of, oh, I only look good in black, I only look good in navy, I only look good in charcoal. No, like, try some lighter, brighter, more beautiful, summery colors. They're just really more summery, more fun, also cooler oftentimes because white reflects light. So don't be afraid. That's the point. And that's why I wanted to show you this head to toe white outfit specifically, okay? So that you will feel comfortable wearing some head to toe white or head to toe ivory or head to toe pink or head to toe whatever color you want to wear, okay? This next one is one of my personal favorites, and this really is one of my favorite tips for petite women, and that is to try a jumpsuit. So jumpsuits, I think if you're on the shorter side, you have an advantage. I think you're gonna fit into jumpsuits a lot more easily than somebody who has a really long torso or somebody who is really tall, because jumpsuits can be tricky to fit into, and I think when you're a little smaller, it's a little easier. You might have to get them hemmed, but you can always look for a cropped jumpsuit. So here's an example. This is a jumpsuit, again in an ivory tone, that I wanted to show you for spring. That is by Paige. It's very comfortable, it's very soft, it's also cropped. So if you're petite, you can always look for a cropped jumpsuit option. And it's very elongating. It's all one color, it's all one piece, nothing is broken up, it's one long lean line. I finished off the look with some slip-on neutral colored sandals that are low cut. I could go for more of a closed toe, shoe, but in the summer, you really want to wear sandals. You really want to have something open toe unless you're going to the office. So that's why I wanted to show you with this slip-on sandal. So let's look at the jumpsuit versus, let's say, separates. So here's an example of some separates. It's a pair of wide leg mother jeans, same sandals by the way, and an Ulla Johnson blouse. This blouse is beautiful. The jeans are fabulous. The shoes are fabulous, but you can see here side by side that the separates are not as elongating. They don't make me look as long and tall. So if that is the goal, this is what you should do. Try that jumpsuit. Don't be afraid to try the jumpsuit, okay? All right, next up, I want to talk about hemlines. And so for petite women, it's often better to wear a shorter hemline versus a longer hemline. And by longer, I mean more of a midi length, because Oftentimes a maxi length can make you look very long and tall too. A mini length or above knee length can make your legs look a lot longer, where sometimes a midi can kind of truncate the body. It depends. So I wanted to show you an example of a mini dress that I got recently. It's by Maj from Nordstrom, and it has some vertical stripes. That's another really simple tip, by the way. Anytime you wear vertical stripes versus, let's say, horizontal stripes, that can be very lengthening and elongating. So with that, I paired it with some Stuart Weitzman espadrilles. They do have an ankle strap, but the ankle strap is like the same exact color as my skin tone. So if I try that more mini skirt, so it's above knee, versus a midi, and here's an example of a midi dress where it hits me in the mid-calf. It is a neutral colored midi, so it actually does do a pretty decent job of lengthening, only because it's the same color as my skin tone basically. But midi length in general can truncate your frame. If you want to have the appearance of longer legs and a little bit of a longer frame, I would go with something that's above the knee, more of a mini versus a midi. Hey, but if you're gonna do the midi, do try the neutral colored, skin tone midi, because I think that also can work for you. Another tip to help you look longer, taller, is to wear crop jackets versus mid-length jackets or blazers. Okay, let me show you an example. I recently got this utility jacket. It's by Veronica Beard. It is a mid-length, so it comes to, upper thigh area. And I love this jacket so much, and I'll explain why in a minute. I took this jacket to Africa with me. I wore it pretty much every day on the trip. I absolutely love the jacket. But when I wear a mid-length jacket, even though I have on a pair of high-rise, wide-leg, to-the-floor jeans, it totally separates the body and makes me look shorter. Now, there are two ways around this. The first is I can wear the jacket open and tuck a top or blouse into the pants or jeans underneath it, and then even add a waist belt, which can define the waist. And then again, the jacket's open, you can see my waist, so that creates more of a longer line. Or I could wear a crop jacket with those high-rise wide leg jeans, which will make me look even longer and taller. So in this case, and here's where the jacket comes back into play, and you'll see why I love it so much, you can actually zip the bottom off of the jacket and create a cropped jacket with this Veronica Beard jacket. So it's a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. I know, it's like, oh, I know, it's so exciting. Can you even believe it? It's such a fabulous jacket. So the thing with the crop jacket, all right, couple things. Let's talk about it. Let's dig in there. Let's just get in there. So with the crop jacket, the whole point of it is to highlight the waist, right? So oftentimes you have to tuck your shirt or your tee or your cami or whatever into your jeans, and then it's even better if you add a waist belt. Now, what are you gonna say? I know, because I know you all. What about my tummy? Can't tuck in my shirt. Don't feel comfortable tucking in my shirt. What do I do then? So you wear something that is a shorter hemline, tee, top, cami underneath, and then your crop jacket will create the waist around that top tee or cami, okay? That's the workaround. But crop jackets in general are really great for petite women. And in contrast, you can do something really long and duster length, which also is a great elongating length for shorter women. Okay, so we just addressed this a little bit, but let's talk about it. It's to tuck or not to tuck. Tucking will definitely make the legs look longer. It highlights a waist. It creates the illusion of more length. Again, longer legs. So if you can tuck, I think you should tuck, and then even add a waist belt for more waist definition. If you can't tuck and you're worried about the belly, I want you to go back and watch one of my tummy videos, okay? Because I talk a lot about all the ways that you can, if you want to, conceal a tummy or provide more tummy forgiveness, more breathing room, if you will, but still look very polished, put together, and stylish. So you can watch those videos after this one. If you're petite, it's better to wear a V or scoop neck shirt versus a crew neck. Crew neck, mock neck come up higher. V or scoop are a little bit lower. And this is also the case if you have a large bust. The V or the scoop are going to be more elongating and minimizing of the large bust. The V or scoop also makes you look a little longer in the torso and a little longer in general. So this is just a really simple tweak that you can make to give your frame a little extra illusion of length. It certainly isn't one that makes huge impact, but again, it's these little details that can really add up to elongating the frame. Okay, so let me show you the crew neck versus the V-neck. Here's a crew neck Nation LTD tee that I absolutely love. Nothing wrong with it. And then here is a Nation LTD V-neck silky shirt that I wore, and you can see without it being tucked in, it does look a little bit sloppy and unfinished, but if I tuck it and add the belt, it looks really a lot more polished and adds that length. So if you want to wear your V or scoop and you can't tuck, then you're going to go back and watch those other videos that I talked about so that you know what to do, what details to look for in your top or blouse to help you to wear a top that you can wear out and still get that length that you want. For those of you who are shorter, you probably want to carry more of a mid-size bag versus a huge oversized tote. Now, can you still carry the oversized tote? Absolutely. I've carried oversized totes for years. But if the goal is to look long and proportionate and tall, I would go for more of a small to mid-size bag, usually crossbody or shoulder bag are best. Here's an example of a gigantic oversized tote. This one's by Fendi. It's the Sunshine tote. I bought it for travel. It's ginormous and I love it. It's just, there's so much room in here. I could swim in it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But if my goal is to look as long and tall as possible, it doesn't quite look right with my frame. If I swap it for something that is much more proportionate, this is like a 12-inch bag by Prada, it's a whole other deal. I suddenly look taller and leaner with this more proportionate bag. So just, that's another thing. It's not going to make a huge impact, but it's something to keep in the back of your mind, the proportion of your bag. These jeans, by the way, are by Mother, and they are so good. They're wide leg. I love them so much, and they're not that long. So if you are petite, I'm 5'4", and I have on like a platform Chloe sneaker with these. It's like a 2-inch platform. So probably the inseam's like 31 inches, which is really nice for me. Just wanted to let you know in case you do have short girl problems and you want some awesome jeans so you don't have to have hemmed. One of the easiest and most impactful things that you can do to look taller, wear heels. It's fail-safe, it works every time. And if you don't love wearing heels, just find some that are uber comfortable, that really make you feel supported. And usually that means it's a wedge, usually that means there's some arch support, usually that means there's an ankle strap to really make you feel secure. So here's an example. I'm wearing an Alice & Olivia butterfly blouse. I've showed you guys this blouse before, I love it, with some white Mother jeans, and these are cropped also. So if you need some white jeans for summer, these are a pair of my favorites. I've had them for years. They're also high rise. I paired them first with some Stuart Weitzman espadrille wedges. And then you can see the same look with a pair of Sam Edelman gold strappy sandals. Now, there's nothing wrong, again, with the Sam Edelman sandals. I just featured them on the blog. I just featured them in my shoe trend video. I really love these flat sandals, and there is a place for the flat sandals in your summer wardrobe. You're gonna wear the crap out of these for beach, for pool, for, you know, kicking around, running errands, whatever. But again, if the goal is to look taller, longer, leaner, I would go with the neutral colored espadrille wedges. Be sure to stick around all the way to the end because I have a couple bonus tips I want to go over with you that I think are really invaluable for petite women. Okay, next up is tailored versus oversized garments, okay? If you're petite and you wear something that is really oversized, oftentimes it can swallow up your frame and you look shapeless, and it has the opposite effect of what you may want to do. Maybe you're trying to cover something up, but instead it makes you look larger. Or maybe you just want to be, you know, comfortable and have something billowy, which I totally get. I love a billowy dress, but there's a way to do it to make you look a little bit more streamlined and taller. And that's what I want to show you in this example. So in the first dress, it's another dress by Cezanne. It has a zebra print with this beautiful neutral brown tone with ivory. I paired that with some Sky High C by Chloe wedges. And this is very elegant. It's very lovely, but it's a print and it's completely oversized, so I become shapeless. And I could add a belt or I could do things to kind of make it work for me, but as is, it really just makes me look pretty shapeless and not as tall and long as I could be. So I wanted to show you an example of another really long dress. This one, also by Cezanne, has the same amount of coverage, by the way, still billowy, still summery, still fresh, but this one, because it's a little more tailored in the shoulders and in the waist, creates more of a shape and also gives me the illusion of more height and length. So I could have gone with a more dramatic example here, but I wanted to kind of keep it in a similar family. You know, they're both a similar-ish length and they're both, you know, with similar coverage. So I think the white maxi dress is giving me more shape and more length than the printed one. When you're petite, prints can be really tricky too, and I've talked a lot about this on the channel. You know, if you go for really large, oversized print, that can also make you look larger. So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. If you want to look, you know, slimmer and taller, just be careful about your prints. Maybe go with a smaller scale print, like a stripe or a polka dot, something like that. So another thing I love to do, and this is just mainly for something special, like maybe I'm going on a trip, maybe I have a dinner or something, or a date or something like that, that I really want to look a certain way for that occasion. I'll always take a picture in the mirror, so I'll do a mirror selfie of the outfit. And I feel like the mirror selfie really gives me more of an objective view of the outfit and whether or not it's doing what I want it to do. Does it make me feel the way that I want it to make me feel? And so remember I talked about in the video where I talked about finding your personal style, and you know, the key really is to think about how you want to feel. And when I think about, again, when I think about feeling taller, for me, that's power, that's confidence. For you, it could be something else. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel a certain way and using style and clothing as a way to do it. We have to get dressed anyway, each and every day. Why not use it as this really amazing, empowering tool to help us feel and reinforce the feelings that we want to feel, okay? So look at it as this, I don't know, like fairy dust that you're sprinkling into your day. Like, you want to feel powerful? Wear a power suit. Wear those high-rise, wide-leg jeans. You want to feel elegant? Wear a very long maxi dress. Maybe you wear something really tailored and structured. So it has so much power. It's often overlooked, put on the back burner. We chalk it up to not being that important. We don't make time for it. But the reality is we have to do it anyway. If we're gonna do it anyway, why not use it to reinforce the feelings that we wanna feel that day, you know, based on what you have going on that day, right? Because you wanna feel different things for different activities, you know? So for example, on my recent Africa trip, I really could only pack 40 pounds of gear total. And I took pictures of outfits, took mirror pictures, so I knew, okay, I have this, 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 and this. It was really helpful to me in terms of getting my ducks in a row with the packing. But it's also helpful to see like, oh, that looks really great, or, oh, geez, no, I thought that looked really great, but when I photographed it and looked at the picture on my phone, you know, it really didn't look that great. So it's just kind of almost like an extra set of eyes without going to somebody and going, honey, what do you think of this outfit? You know, because you never get a really objective answer unless you have that really honest friend who will tell you. But most of us don't. So I think the photo taking is a great way to have your like super honest, objective friend looking at your outfit and telling you and giving you that feedback. Okay, let's recap. You want to match your shoes to your pants, wear pointed toe shoes versus open toe, low cut shoes versus ankle strap. You want to match your shoes to your skin tone versus wearing a bright or dark color. Wear high-rise pants or jeans versus low-rise. Wear straight, boot cut, flared, or wide leg pants or jeans versus cropped or ankle length. Wear similar colors from head to toe versus contrasting colors. Try a jumpsuit versus separates. Wear a shorter skirt versus a midi length. Be careful with your shoe choice there though. Look for crop jackets versus mid-length. Tuck in your shirt. Don't leave it untucked. Wear a V or scoop neck top, not a crew neck. Try small to medium-sized bags that are more proportionate versus giant oversized totes. Do wear heels versus flats. And try tailored pieces versus oversized clothing. Okay, as usual, we're gonna put links to things that we featured in this video in the description box below. But I also wanted to share with you guys that we are on the LTK app, which is a shopping app. LTK is a super easy to use app. All you do is open it up. In the search box at the top, you type in Busby Style. You'll see exact creator match at the top. You just tap on it. And then you'll see all of these images. You just tap on any single image you're interested in shopping, and then the product links will pop up. You can also search for specific products on the app. So you can search my post specifically. If you're like, okay, let's look for wide leg jeans. Okay, and all the wide leg jeans I featured pop up. You can search for white tops. and all of the white tops pop up. It is the easiest way to shop without all the distractions, and you know, like Instagram has so many distractions, TikTok, so many distractions. So this is just such a lovely way to shop that I think you guys will really enjoy it. Once you can get past just like downloading the app and signing up, then it is super duper easy. Okay, let us know if you have any questions about the app. We will put a link to our profile below. You can also sign up via desktop. Also, let us know if you have any questions about the petite styling tips. You know, you don't have to dress to look taller. This is only if you want to. Maybe if something special coming up, maybe there's a wedding or a reunion or a party or a date, just something you want to look a little extra special for and a little extra long for. That's when you pull these tips kind of out of your style toolbox. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.